Welcome to this L-1011 flight where I will be sharing with you various tips and tricks that you will need in order to master iniBuilds L-1011 TriStar when it releases. This is not iniBuilds TriStar, but is a pretty good one and the best out there actually as of now. So in our last video, we dived into the systems in particular for the TriStar, as well as how to start it and everything in a very simple, intuitive fashion. However, this time I'm going to start the TriStar up very fast, okay? I'm not going to spend time explaining what every button and switch does. That's what I've done previously. But the tips and tricks I will share with you along the way will prepare you well. I have full confidence that by the end of this video, you will be solid with L-1011. Okay, so the battery volts can be checked like so. We turn the selector to the battery, turn it on, yep, more than enough volts, and also the external power avail light is on, that's avail of that, and finally power up the essential bus. As you can see, the bus side breakers have closed, and yep, we're all good. Coming over here, check our standby power, set to arm, emergency lights, let's arm those, and we're all doing good. I want to set the parking brakes before I align the INS. So our brake accumulation is showing low pressure, so let's turn on the AC pumps, and you shouldn't actually have to keep them on the whole time. I don't think, like in the A300, one session is enough for 10 hours of parking brake. So setting the parking brake, and let us get the INS started up. So I've got a little shortcut over here, set it to align, and so standby, waypoint 0, and now let's enter in the coordinates of our airport. So today we are flying from Timimont Noun Airport, and we are flying all the way to Essina. And it's a very nice scenic route. There's not so much to worry about in terms of altitude constraints and that kind of stuff. So, real nice. There we go. Present position is inserted. North 2914.5, East 170. So without that out of the way, set this to align. So you click it and align, and we can monitor the status. So taking that away, we don't need that anymore. Let's press on quickly with the cockpit flows. So we'll start at the overhead panel, and first thing I want to do is get some lights in because I can't see anything. Let's get some panel lights on, some glare shield lights on. Yep, all looks good. Okay, let's re-engage the DLCs. Test the stall warnings. Everything else looks good. Anti-skid is armed. And center console lights are on. Ignition is off for the time being. Let's test the CVR. Evacuation, we can check that. Also the probe heats, they're all on. That's good. The defog fan can keep off for the time being. Window heats, they're all on. Anti-ice is off. And we can also, the position light is on. Let's get the no smoking on. And master radios are on and everything looks good. Then test our anti-ice as well. There we go. So coming over here, we can check our auto flight control system. Let's tune this in. So after takeoff, we're flying direct to the TIO VOR, so 112.80. And let's see, altitude, let's bug in 3,000 feet. And we'll turn flight directors on the altitude. Runway heading is 236. There we go. And yeah, All looks good. Coming over here, we can check our altimeter, AFCS warnings, test 1, test 2. All checks out. Instrument sources are dark. Check the markers. AFCS modes all check out. And we can adjust our lighting as required. Instruments, no flags. All good. Yep. Quite happy with all this. And coming over here, throttles at idle. Fuel levers are cut off. Transponders off for the time being. Weather radars off. Aileron trim 0, rudder trim 0. All good. Coming over here to the flight engineer's deck. Let's set the load actually first. I'll actually set my load. So payload and fuel manager. And let's see. Medium trip. Medium passengers. Let's put low cargo. Yeah, so the fuel. Yeah, actually let's put. Yeah, it still is a medium route. Yeah. Let's put low passengers. Stay on the safe side. Let's add in the load. And let's cross that out. So, coming over here, we can start from the top. Let's do our fire tests. Like so. Let's do our APU fire test. Bell cutout. All works well. And yeah, coming over here, hydraulic reservoir levels checked. AC pumps are working. All the engine-driven pumps are on. Let's cut off the air-driven pumps for now. Let's check our PTUs if we wanted to. Yeah, everything works. Electrics. So, galley power's on. All the bus type breakers have closed. And fuel, we don't need all our pumps on for the time being. And we have, 13 twos are 26. So, tank to engine feed in this case. Let's test cross-feed valves in transit. All checks out. Coming over here, fuel used to reset. So let's reset it. There we go. And also let's do a quantity check. All checks out. Fuel control amplifiers. They're in the norm position. Okay, coming over here. Actually, let's get the APU started. So master power on. APU start. And now the APU can do its thing. Coming over here to the pneumatics. Everything looks okay. The doors are on auto. And let's put the cabin temperature control in the 12 o'clock position. APU spooling up. And the APU bus tie is closed. So releasing the external power. APU is taking precedence. And yep, we can now turn on the APU air. Like so. There we go, it's open. Packs are on. Cross bleeds are open. All checks out. Let's also do our rest of our fire tests. All checks out. Wheel well fire test. So cool. Pressurization, altitude today is actually we're going really high. We're going to like flight level 390 apparently. So let's set that. And we're not flying any real-time weather, so just 29 or 902. Mode select is in normal. Outflow valves are in the auto position. And coming over here, engine oil quantity is checked. And yep, everything looks good. APU control, there's no other systems, warnings. Let's do our oil test. All checks out, and yep, I'm happy with the flight engineer's deck. Let us now finalize our INS. So coming over here to the INS, let's go to our waypoint. So waypoint 1 is north. Waypoint 1 is north 31 000. Insert east 350. Insert. Waypoint 2 is also another VOR, but let's put that in because it's quite far away. North 33426. Insert. East 1048. Insert. Waypoint number 3 is another VOR, but they're really far apart, so north 3553. No, sorry, clear that out. North 3553 9. Insert east 82. Insert 35539. Okay, and that's it. So just checking the waypoints again. North 31000, east 350, waypoint 2, north 33426, east 1048, and waypoint 3, north 3553, east 82. Okay, that's all good. Down to 0, ready for nav. There we go. Ready, nav lights are out. Loading is checked, nav mode mix. And yep, so all I need to do now is takeoff performance. So let's see what our speeds are. So until I extend the flaps, then we'll come to nose. So we'll keep this handy. Okay, time for engine start. So the rest of the lights are on already. Let's put the taxi lights are already on, shows our intent to move. Let's put the other floodlights on. Seatbelt signs, they're on. All good. Ready for engine start then. So come over here. We need to cut off our packs. Let's turn 2 of them off. Also, let's turn the fuel boost pumps on. Tank to engine feed. Like so. And let's turn off 2 of the packs. Keep 1 on. And yep. Ignition set to both. And let's start number 3. Let's release parking brakes. Start the pushback. Okay, 20%, introducing the fuel. Okay, number 3 is lit. Spooling up, very nice. Okay, number 3 is spooled up. Number 1. Okay, number 1, let's stop the pushback here. And finally, number 2. Okay, let's do a flight control check. Okay, and let's go flaps 10. Okay, number 2. So as you can see, in 14 minutes, I've already started the TriStar, so yeah. Okay, number 2 is pulled up. Now let's see if our takeoff performance... There we go. So takeoff performance, V1 137, rotate 139, V2 151. And V2 plus 15 has already been inserted. Stab trim 5.7. Yep, no good. Let me write these values down. So 136, 138, 151. Right, that's it then. So close this up. Coming over here, we can check our hydraulics, turn our air-driven pumps back on. Let's get the packs back on, like so. Galley power somehow tripped off, and yeah, all we need to do now is release the APU. So there we go, and now we can proceed with APU shutdowns. APU bleed off and APU stop. There we go, the APU is shut down. So quick check: hydraulics checked, electrics checked, fuel is checked, pneumatics is checked, and everything else looks good. Right then, let's get a move on. So right now I've got altitude arm. Let's also go heading select, why not? Heading select, altitude arm. So those are our modes. You can also monitor the ground speed if you wanted to, using our INS. 18 knots. Also speed brakes armed, and yep, only the electrics is left, the master power off. There we go. Okay, let's set our takeoff thrust. There we go. $100 knots, closing in. Okay, V1, rotate. Okay, positive 8, gear up. V2. Let's go IAS hold. And also now let's fly direct to the TIOVOR. Okay, already 3,000 feet. Let's accelerate. Okay, 250 knots, let's go IS hold. Let's engage the autopilot. And let's now, I guess, follow the INS if possible. So let's go to FMS, heading select. There we go. Okay, crossing 10,000 feet. You know what, let's just dial in our higher altitude. Also, let's retract our landing lights. Turn all this off. There we go. And let's see now our INS. So we're between waypoints 1 and 2. And let's see the distance and time. It's quite a lot of time. You can fast forward. And we're climbing steadily at IAS hold and at an appropriate climb thrust. And at about 300 knots. Also, just checking pressurization is normal. Yep, and right now we have a cabin altitude of about 4,000 feet. Also, the packs are all on, everything's good. You can check our pack temperatures. And also, let's turn on the trim airs, close everything up. There we go. Can also cool our cabin down a bit more if you wanted to. Also, the galley power is on. Let's check our electrics. Output is nice and steady. And fuel, tank to engine feed. Fuel used so far, it's about 2130. And yeah, that's pretty much it really, so just climbing steadily. Let's tune in the next VOR, 114.80, and as we come closer, it'll pick up. Okay, so now enjoy the ride.